what is going on behind the scenes. She quit the show.
I'm nobody's side chick.
Another girl, Keri, quit the show.
I ended up making the decision. I stepped away.
And also, we've seen other panelists that used to be on one of his other shows come out and talk about how he's always invited them to come to his house, come spend some time with him, and things of that nature.
I'll keep it a buck with y'all. Anton definitely asked me to come to Detroit before.
Do you want to come and visit the city?
Absolutely not. What is in Detroit?
Is the show going to be affected, or is it going to continue business as usual, as he has already replaced her with a Micca lookalike? And shout out to Britney. I like you, Britney, and I fuck with you, but you are a Micca lookalike.
We just ended the business relationship that we had.
Okay.
And I'm not interested in bashing Anton, and I'm not taking away from what Anton did on the side that helped me with my journey. But everything has a season.
Yeah.
And I think just ours have come to an end, because at this juncture, I can't trust that you'll advocate for me being I was under your covering at the time.
I did it in a way that I felt was respectful and clear. It wasn't because I was angry. It wasn't because I was trying to make a statement. It wasn't because of what people online may have been assuming. It wasn't because of what was going on in the internet ecosystem.
Am I missing something? I don't know why it was rumors or speculation of something more there. I haven't really seen this lady a lot speak, honestly. But am I missing something? It is odd timing though.
So
it's very
I'm going to play what happened as Anton finally snapped out. I've been saying for the longest, or for a week or so, and I've also been in the chat and I've said, just address it, dog. So this can stop, because people are always in the chat. Everybody's making blogs about it. It's all over the internet. And he was.
Yeah, and that's a good point. Like my brother Taylor just said, all Anton Daniels had to do originally was address it, but he was ignoring it. And now there are tons of videos exposing his antics.
Wasn't addressing none of the things that's going on. So people are creating their own narratives, and he finally snapped tonight, and this is what happened.
I was about to say something so mean, bro. Fuck.
Man. Don't forget,
I'm trying to control myself so much, bro.
You gotta be a top tier Christian, bro. You the only Christian I believe in, Anton.
Say it.
As you can see, there's Britney, the Micca lookalike. She is on her job, looking cute. I want to definitely say that, but she is on her job.
If you go down, I'm gonna start going to church.
Don't say it. Don't say it. No.
Say it.
No.
Well, you can whisper it to me. I'll say it.
Don't do it.
Y'all got to protect me from myself. Don't listen. Don't share certain things with me no more, please. Because I'm trying not to go dark, and I be trying to.
I bet you one thing for sure. I bet you Britney is single. Ain't nowhere in the world people are seeing what took place with Micca and Anton and allow their old lady to go on that platform like that. She got to be single.
So just keep me out of the loop. Just keep me 100% out of the loop, because
yeah, man. Come with the territory, big dog.
Just keep me out of the loop.
Micca did an interview, and she said,
"Have you and Anton ever had sex?"
No.
Any?
Hold on. No.
Okay. Any sexual relations?
No. It's always been strictly professional, and that's.
And you could be professionally sexual.
Oh, I would know.
Well, that's
So
what I'm
again,
saying, yeah.
it's always been strictly professional. Strictly professional.
You know, it was all business as usual. She said she never said, I've been watching this show for a long time. She never said that she was actually married, but she came out and said that she's married and she's never messed with Anton.
You are coming up as Anton's side chick. Now, I do want to put this out here. You are very attractive. You're very articulate. And I wouldn't want you around my husband. I'm just saying. So have you ever been married before?
Yes, I'm married now.
How long have you been married?
I've been married pretty much all my life.
Your husband approves of your work relationship with Anton?
Yes.
Is your husband on your IG?
No. My IG is strictly for business. I don't put my personal life on my IG.
So you actually have a husband posting pictures like this. I'm just trying to figure this out. Like, because the pictures you post are they're gorgeous, but they're kind of a little bit risque, a little bit.
Even though there's pictures of them being close, there's pictures of them going to basketball games. There's video of her in his hotel room at like 3 a.m. But she said it was all business.
That's crazy. Ain't nowhere in the world. 3 a.m? Wow. 3 a.m, everybody know what time that is. Ain't no secrets. People know what the hell was going on.
So are we believing black women, or do we believe that Anton is creeping in the sheets with his co-hosts behind the scenes?
I wonder what's Micca up to. We're going to have to do a Micca update video.
As Anton's representation.
Thank you.
We want to say that we went to the 5150 program to have an educated conversation. The conversation took a left turn, and we decided to use our judgment and
what? And let me say this also.
Sir?
Let me say this also.
What?
And let me say this also.
Sir?
Let me say this also. Micca stayed in pocket. She followed my lead. She stayed. She ain't do none of that. She ain't trip. She just said, "Yo, I'm rolling with you," and that's the end of the conversation. She ain't say one word. She just kept it moving. That's how women are supposed to move. They're not supposed to do all of the extra, all of that. You follow the lead of the person you're with.
That's a fact.
You don't say nothing. You don't get out of pocket. You don't do none of that. You don't think that some of this stuff that y'all be conspiracy, that y'all have a theory about?
No, the conspiracy
maybe a little off.
No, absolutely
Which
not.
part?
She literally just said
I
it was
don't know.
bad.
I mean,
I think that we should question everything. I think the world is a stage, and I do believe that a lot of stuff is corrupt. I think that a lot of stuff is. I mean, I don't expect everyone to believe that, but given the fact that you just asked the question, to answer your question, I do think that we should be able to question everything. If there's patterns of things that show that some things might be a little off, I think it's okay to question it. And
one thing about Britney, from the rip, she's very well spoken, a little more eloquent than Micca. She expresses herself a lot better than Micca did. Micca had a hard time getting her words out, had a hard time really expressing herself. And Britney seems to be a little younger. She may be the youngest on the panel. So I like the direction that Britney is going in.
I agree with a lot of stuff that Slimmy does say. I'm not gonna lie, like I do, but I can see things from a different perspective. So sometimes I can say that some things that Anton is saying make sense. I think that Slimmy sometimes maybe, and this is no shade or shot to you, I think maybe articulating your point sometimes doesn't come off the way that it probably, I don't want to say should, but to where people can more so understand what you're saying, or because some people don't believe, and that's fine. But I do agree with some of the things that you say. I think that the government
what you talking about? I don't know.
So Britney may become the new star on the Room 9 panel. Micca left, Jazz left, Keri left, Molly and Lex don't seem to be a very strong, intricate part of the show. Look like Britney will be taking the forefront.
Articulate my point. I said everything very much clearly. I said it very much clearly. Now, if you didn't understand, if you didn't understand or you didn't get the exact answer that you wanted, that's not my fault.
I understand you. I'm not talking about me because I can understand what you're saying.
So who else matters? We up here talking. If you understand, if we on this panel are up here talking, Who the fuck else matters?
No, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes people on the panel don't understand what you're talking about. That's what I'm saying.
No, wait. So you got to understand, not understanding something and willfully not understanding. It's a difference.
Well, nonetheless, I feel like sometimes getting your point across, if you're not fully able to go into and to be fair, sometimes it's not as easy to go into certain things because a lot of people will say it's conspiracy because you can't prove everything that you're talking about.
Look at Anton smiling. He's happy about his new protege. She's working out well. And who told Slimmy that he was Nostradamus? He was the professor. He was the smartest in the room.
Everything I said today was proven.
No, it wasn't. I just typed in the juice box.
Molly, it was banned. Molly just told you it was banned.
There was reports
The
about
cops
it.
was struck. I saw it with my own eyes.
No.
I didn't see it, but reading it was mentioned.
That doesn't mean that it's proven. That doesn't mean it is proven.
Are these conspiracies off the deep end? And they're not.
Slimmy, you gotta let Britney finish what she was saying.
No, we don't. We're not gonna get into it's a personal attack. We're not gonna get into no personal attacks. We're not going to. I don't need anyone to expound on something.
No,
personal about me. If you feel like I don't articulate, it's cool.
No, it's not personal.
One thing about Britney, she is a great player. She's a great piece. She's not taking this stuff personal, as you can see. She's just laughing. She's just smiling at these guys.
It's not in a bad way.
No. This is not personal. This is not personal.
No, it's not.
Go ahead, Brittany. I would just like to extend her the same grace as I extend everybody else.
Let me just say this. What I meant, because let me explain, only because I don't want you to take what I said in a different way that I didn't mean it. What I meant by...
But you can't articulate yourself.
I like to think before I speak, that's all. So what I'm saying is, when I said that people won't believe you, I'm saying, or that there's not facts, it's like, I believe a lot of stuff that you're saying, but if someone asks me, like, where's the proof? You'll have 99,000 other people that disagree with you, which to me, it's like, that's more of your opinion than we can state it as a fact. So presenting your opinion as a fact is not something we can always do if it's not proven.
What part
What does that have to do with him articulating himself?
No, I'm not talking about the articulation.
That's what, no, stop.
Now they want to attack the new girl. Britney doing her thing. She's standing tall. The other ladies don't even have her back, but she is holding her own.
This literally is railroading what I'm saying and railroading the conversation and talking about me too much. This is too personal. We're going to move on into the general statements of things. We're going to keep it general. We're not going to jump around and start personally attacking what someone says. So let's move on. Let's go. Let's stop talking about personally. Let's talk about the discussion.
That's how my kid talks when he gets mad.
These guys are so feminine. It is unbelievable.
Let's stop talking about Slimmy and let's talk about the discussion.
She's not personally attacking you, Slimmy. She's not saying.
Let's not talk about Slimmy and let's talk about the discussion. She's literally talking about me.
Anton's question, no, I don't think that we're doing too much by reading into or believing other stuff. No, I don't think it's too much. I think that we should kind of question everything. That's my
even if it's not.
I think we're doing too much. I think we need to stop and smell the roses and just breathe. Woostar.
Are you going to answer yes or no? Are you going to answer yes or no? Or are we going to move on?
No.
You going to answer yes or no? Or are we going to move on?
Until I say what I was going to say.
Are you going to answer yes or no? Or are we going to move on?
Are you controlling how I speak?
I'm not controlling. I'm literally asking you. You literally said I can't articulate. Is that about me or is that about the general public?
You're taking that as something that I didn't mean, and you won't let me expound on it.
I can't take it any other way. You said I can't articulate in the middle of a discussion about. You said I can't articulate in the middle of a discussion about. Are we going over the top? I've been saying never mind, but you wanted to keep expounding.
Hey, Britney is not backing down. Anton, give Britney a raise, man. Give her an immediate raise.
I'm not mad at all. What I'm asking you to substantiate yourself. So with the substantiation, you're going to start with yes or no. Are you talking about me or the general public?
What's the next topic, Anton?
Exactly. Thank you.
Britney says she is not with the BS. Don't come at me with all this high-powered, over-talking, aggressive stuff. What's the next question, Anton? She killed that boy.
I don't know what I'm being thankful for, but okay. That was a dead end. But anyways, continue.
It was, and you didn't have to expound on it.
I did because I see that you're offended by it.
I'm not offended by anything. I'm asking you a question you don't want to answer. You said you're not going to tell me that, you're not going to have me answer this way, but you literally said it out your mouth. You wanted to say I can't articulate. You wanted to take a shot, so stand on it.
You thought that? See, you take it personal. You thought that was a shot? You take that as a shot?
What else would you consider that? What would you consider that? What is it? What is it?
You wouldn't let me explain.
What is that? In the middle of talking about a fucking
Is this dude really being serious? Is he really that over emotional? Dude, what the? Gotta be a skit. Gotta be an act.
These conspiracy theories over the top. You said, I don't think you can articulate.
I mean, I'm not the argument.
What is that? What is that?
What do you if you're not going to let me say it, then we can just move on.
No, what do you think that is, ma'am? You don't think that's a shot at all? You made it about me in the midst of the conversation about conspiracy. You made it about me.
Okay, are you going? Who's going to talk first? Let me let you go because I.
Slimmy remind me of one of them dudes when they get drunk, when they start to drinking, they just start to cut up. Slimmy cutting up right now.
I don't do yelling. I'm just not the yelling type. But go ahead. I'll let you finish and then I'll talk.
Go ahead.
Okay. So what I was saying was, I literally, before I said what I was going to say, I started off by saying, and you can run it back, that I said, this isn't a shot and I'm not trying to be funny. It wasn't a shot.
Doesn't matter if you say that. Doesn't matter if you preface it. What you said is what you said.
So then there's no reason to go into anything because you're going to take how I said, you're going to take offense to what I said when it wasn't meant to be.
It's not about taking offense. It's about that's a backhanded compliment. You said, I agree with you, but I feel like you can't articulate your point. What is that?
No,
what does that mean?
I was saying for the 15th millionth time, I was saying when you're trying to articulate your points, maybe I said it wrong. Listen, I don't got no ego. Maybe I worded it wrong. That's my bad. Can you give me that? Maybe I said it wrong. What I mean by articulating your points, when you're trying to say what you're trying to say, I'm sorry, I use the word articulate. When you try to articulate your points, sometimes it doesn't come off because you can't prove a lot of the stuff that you say. I agree with some of the stuff you say, but not everybody's going to believe it. That's when they start talking about conspiracy theorists. That's what I was trying to get you to understand, but you won't let me say what I was going to say. You're taking it personal, and I didn't mean it as a shot.
One thing about Britney, she is bringing realness to this Room 9 channel. A lot of the other ladies don't bring the pushback. They don't bring the realness. They just sit up there and kind of go along, play along with whatever narrative that Big Anton is delivering to them. Shouts out to Britney.
A lot about that. And you don't have to believe me. I genuinely don't care. But it's like you're over here yelling, ripping and running at me as if I'm like trying to throw a shit. You keep using words like shot and you trying to throw a backhanded compliment. No, I'm not. It wasn't that deep. Maybe I misspoke.
Which is why I said you didn't have to expound on it.
Huh?
Which is why I said you didn't have to expound on it. I understand.
But I needed to because clearly
but you wanted to keep doing it. And then you brought it up again. And then you brought it up again though. But then you brought it up again and you wanted to talk about it again.
Because you kept saying that
I wasn't saying anything. I wasn't saying anything. We were done. We moved on. We moved on.
That's not what happened.
And you wanted to talk about it again.
You kept saying it. You kept saying, yeah, because you said that I didn't articulate my points. You kept saying that. And I'm like, he really took that personal. So let me once again try to explain what I meant. You kept bringing it up.
I know that certain things aren't going to change because that's his platform. And I wouldn't want somebody to change their platform.
So how did he handle it? Was he just like, okay, if that's your decision, I respect it?
That's exactly what he said.
Okay.
Almost to the T.
Yep.
But he understood because
will you all remain friends? You're not working together. Will you remain in contact rather?
Will we remain cordial?
Will you remain in contact with each other?
No, we never had a relationship where he's just calling me just to call, just like we don't go out and chill just to chill.
But he can send you a message on a DM. Like, is he blocked?
No.
So he's not blocked. Okay.
No, he's not.
So he still has access. If he wanted to reach you, he has access.
He's not blocked. He's not blocked.
Yeah.
Because there isn't. I don't have a disdain or something like
Correct.
that for anything he does. And
you just ended your contract.
We just ended the business relationship that we had.
Okay.
And I'm not interested in bashing Anton, and I'm not taking away from what Anton did on the side that helped me with my journey, but everything has a season.
Yeah.
And I think just ours have come to an end because at this juncture, I can't trust that you'll advocate for me being I was under your covering at the time.
As Anton's representation,
thank you.
We want to say that we went to the 5150 program to have an educated conversation. The conversation took a left turn, and we decided to use our judgment. And
Wait. And let me say this also,
sir.
Let me say this also.
Wait.
And let me say this also,
sir.
Let me say this also. Micca stayed in pocket. She followed my lead. She stayed. She ain't do none of that. She ain't trip. She just said, "Yo, I'm rolling with you," and that's the end of the conversation. She ain't say one word. She just kept it moving. That's how women are supposed to move. They're not supposed to do all of the extra, all of that. You follow the lead of the person that you're with.
That's a fact.
You don't say nothing. You don't get out of pocket. You don't do none of that.